This video is entitled Just Breathe. And yes, that's what we're going to focus on, just breathing. And the subtitle might be And Relax. So the way it works is I'm using a bench. You can use a chair, maybe a firm sofa, maybe a step, whatever you have. But what you need to do is lie on your back and put your feet up, the lower legs, supported by whatever that might be, your chair, your ottoman, your bench if you're in your gym. You want your knees over your hips, so about a 90-degree angle here, 90 degrees of flexion right here, and that's the beginning part. That might be enough for you. I mean, even if you never allow yourself to kind of relax, this is an easy sort of hack to give yourself a few minutes, ideally minimum 5 minutes. Just lie here without devices in your hands, without reading material, without talking. Just lie here. Let your arms, palms up if you can, arms down by your side. That might be enough for you. It's a great place to start. Notice the position of your neck. If your neck's extended like this, maybe put a little support under your head. So you want a nice neutral neck. The top of your spine is your neck, your cervical. So now for the breathing part. You've probably heard of diaphragmatic breathing before. It's often called that. I think DNS, dynamic neuromuscular stabilization. This is kind of the starting point for them in much of that protocol, much of that discipline. And the reason is, there's a lot of reasons for it. Number one, like I said, you're just lying here for 5 minutes. I can keep you on the floor on your back like this with a nice neutral spine and neck. 5 minutes, well, that's a win right there. But beyond that, let's start looking at diaphragmatic breathing and breathing deep. This cylinder support that goes all the way around. We've talked about core before. You've heard core before, but you probably really don't know what it is because it's not the rectus. It's not the six pack that's commonly known as. So, first of all, the benefits are, which we'll get to in a moment, but let's start the process. Maybe one hand here, maybe one hand on your chest. Now the idea is your chest will move some when you breathe, but you don't want it all to be this upper torso, the chest breathing. It gets into your neck and your shoulders and adds tension to that upper part of your body, which so many of us deal with. Hand on your belly, hand on your chest, and focus on the hand on your belly, maybe right over your navel. Think about the expansion of the abdomen when you inhale. So inhale through your nose if possible. That expands kind of a Buddha belly, like that. Exhale naturally, of course, that's going to happen all by itself. Now, if you still feel your chest going up and down, maybe your back leaving the floor to breathe, just let that happen for a second, then give it a big exhale. Go back to the belly breathing, the diaphragmatic breathing, and that's part of it. Focus on that. Now, like I said, the diaphragm wraps all the way around. It's like a cylinder of support, deep. You can't touch it, through your skin. It's deeper. It's deep muscle. But it rests up here too. So if your belly expands in the front, to the sides, and yes, even the back will touch the floor too when you really start doing this right. The diaphragm drops, which allows your lungs to fill with air. And then, like I said, the exhale happens naturally and the diaphragm rises back up the top of the diaphragm. So let's just focus on this. You can even put your hands on your ribs because your ribs will expand a little bit too when you really get the technique of this. In and out through your nose if you can. And it will slow the rate of your breathing too. It's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of practice on this because at first you won't feel like you're getting as much air. But as you start allowing your back to go into the floor, belly to rise and expand in a way that maybe you've spent your whole life trying to stop, right? We're all sucking our bellies in. The ribs to expand left to right, east to west, however you want to think about it. Feel this, the sides here, the obliques expand. take 3 breaths like this. Back, really relax into the floor. Maybe tuck your chin a little bit. And now inhale. Out through the mouth or out through your nose. Maybe your hands are on your ribs. You'll feel that expansion. Next level is kind of put your thumbs, your fingertips on the front of your stomach. Thumbs in your low back. Inhale. Feel that expand. Feel your low back push into the floor maybe a little bit more. One more good one here. That. You can stay here as long as you want. This is your, and you can, next level for this is to start doing it when you're standing or when you're sitting. This is a great place to start. If nothing else, a great way to calm down, to relax, and have a wonderful day.